I'm in the Neutral Buoyancy Lab at the Johnson Space Center in Houston, and I'm joined by Travis Fitzgerald, who is the Chief Training Officer here. Thank you so much for being here with us today.
Happy to be here.
What is this? It looks like a great big pool, Travis. What's going on
here?
Well,
that's actually exactly what it is. It's a great big pool that we use to train the astronauts on how to do spacewalks. We'll actually put them inside spacesuits and put them down in the water, and the benefit of the water is it gives them the ability to be neutrally buoyant, hence the name of the building, and allow them to kind of practice what it's like actually being in space and in a microgravity environment.
Do you want to tell us what neutral buoyancy is? It's not just floating.
Right. So, well, neutral buoyancy in terms of the water is that you're at a point where you don't float and you don't sink.
Okay.
So you stay exactly where you are, and that kind of replicates what it's like in microgravity when you're outside on the space station. That's the best way we have, 6-hour run in the spacesuits to get practice handling the equipment and actually doing the maintenance that's required during a spacewalk.
Now, this isn't an empty pool. It's full of stuff.
Yes, there's a lot of hardware in here. Basically, it's replicating what the space station is really like in terms of size. It's the exact size of the space station. In fact, it's so big that it doesn't all fit in here, so we've had to move things around a little bit so that it actually fits. But it also gives a chance for the crew members to practice moving on the outside, because they've got to move from the airlock, find a good path so they don't get tangled up in wires or go on points that are sharp or anything like that, and get to where they're going so they can actually do their work.
And the astronauts aren't alone in the pool.
Right. So we've got the 2 astronauts in the pool in suits, and then they've got a whole host of divers down there with them, just in your normal scuba gear, that are watching them, making sure they're safe, that are carrying their tools around and handing them tools when they need it.
How long are they in the pool typically during the day?
Typically 5 to 6 hours is how long they're actually in the pool. The best part about this is it gets them practice being in the suit and actually having to move around, and it's fairly uncomfortable being in the suit, so they have to get used to that so that they're not, getting pinch points and being uncomfortable in the suit when they're out in space, and because the last thing we want to do is have to end something early because of problems. So we try and do as much as we can here to make sure that they're comfortable with what they're doing.
Thank you so much for joining us today. This was really fascinating.
Well, I'm happy to be here.